So far, whatever I explained, is it clear? Any questions?
No.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Okay. So to understand the concept of uh, Lagna or ascendant, let me first share my screen. So instead of this Zoom whiteboard, let me share the screen. Okay. I think there it will be easy. Now, one by one, let's start typing. Okay. What I'm trying to explain, it will be easy. Now we know that Earth rotates around Sun in 1 year. Correct? Now 1 year is equal to 12 months. Right? Now the zodiac around Earth, we had divided that into 12 parts. Sometime back we saw, right? We had drawn that circle and that entire zodiac in the form of a sphere. We had divided that into 12 parts, right? Which we are calling as 12 rashis, right? We covered Mesha Rashi, then Rishabha Rashi, then all the 12 rashis in sequence we covered, right? So it was divided, as we saw, it is divided into 12 parts, correct? What it means is Earth covers one part of zodiac, which is nothing but one Rashi in astrological terms, as we covered, in 1 month around Sun. Right? Now, in our astrological terms, we always consider Earth is stationary and all planets around Earth are revolving around Earth. This is what we consider in astrological terms, okay? Or astrological. This is how we consider, okay? What it means is in opposite direction, Sun is going to revolve or Sun is going to move, okay, by one Rashi in 1 month, right? So like how Earth is going to cover one part of zodiac, that is one Rashi in 1 month around Sun, in astrological terms, in opposite direction, Sun is going to cover one Rashi in 1 month around Earth. Okay, so far so good. What it means is Sun is going to stay in Mesha Rashi for 1 month. Then Sun is going to stay in Vrishabha Rashi for 1 month, for next month, for 1 month. Sun is going to stay in Mithuna Rashi for 1 month, and so on. Likewise, Sun is going to stay in Meena Rashi for 12th month, right? And then next year will start. So this is how that entire 1 year duration is going to be. Okay, so far understood? Now, let's go back to the picture that we had drawn, right? So this, let us keep this for our reference. Okay, and now we will go back to the picture. Okay, so before, instead of going back to that picture, let us draw it afresh. Okay, now let us consider some day of the year or some year and some day where Sun is going to be in Mesha Rashi. So basically what we are considering is, we are considering some day of some year where it is going to be Chaitra, the start of Chaitra month, right? When it is Chaitra, we know, right? In our Hindu calendar, we have Chaitra, Vaishakh, and then so on, right? All the 12 months we have. So when Chaitra month start in our Hindu astrology, we consider it is beginning of the lunar month. It is beginning of the month as per Hindu calendar, correct? So what is the meaning of that? The meaning of that is, when the month of Chaitra starts, Sun is going to enter the Mesha Rashi. Okay. Now, let us type that also, just for the sake of our understanding. So what we are saying is, beginning of month of Chaitra Sun is going to enter Mesha Rashi. Right? This we all know. This is all astronomical. Nothing about astrology. This is all astronomical. Correct? Now, before we go there, let us come back quickly to the concept of those 12 parts. So here the person is born. Whatever we discussed some time back, right? This is our sphere, zodiac. This we divided into 12 parts like this. Correct? Let us quickly divide this. This is divided into 12 parts. I'm not going back to that diagram because a lot of things were drawn in the diagram, right? Now we know this entire sphere is 360 degrees, correct? Now let's start typing again. I think typing it will be easy to understand. So we know that entire zodiac, that sphere is 360 degree, right? We are dividing that into 12 parts. So which means 360 divided by 12, if we do, it is going to be 30. So each part or each Rashi is going to be of 30 degree. Okay. So what it means is here it is 0 degree. Here it is 30 degree. Again here it is 0 degree. Again here it is 30 degree. Next it is 0 degree. Here it is 30 degree. So now if we are saying this is Mesha Rashi, right? So this is Mesha Rashi. So Mesha Rashi, this is 0 degree of Mesha Rashi. This is 30 degree of Mesha Rashi. Again, if we say Vrishabha Rashi, then here it is 0 degree of Vrishabha Rashi, 30 degree of Vrishabha Rashi. Okay. So what we are saying is, beginning of month of Chaitra, Sun is going to enter Mesha Rashi, which means beginning of month of Chaitra, Sun is going to be at 0 degree in Mesha Rashi. That is, Sun placement is at 0 degree in Mesha Rashi at the beginning of month of Chaitra. Okay. Now, let us assume someone is born on the first day of Chaitra. Okay. Let's keep it very simple. So now we are talking about, let us, push these two diagrams little bit on that side so that we get sufficient space to write. Okay. So let us say date of birth, or let's say person is born, child is born on first day of month of Chaitra. Okay. So now where will the sun be? Now let's come back to the zodiac, right? Where will the sun be? Sun will be somewhere here. We just said, right? So so sun is going to be placed here. Correct? Because this is month of Chaitra, sun is going to be at 0 degree in Mesha Rashi. Right? Now we will come back to this zodiac. Or let us, I think it will be easy to understand with South Indian chart. So let us understand with the help of South Indian chart. Okay. So because sun is in 0 degree Mesha Rashi, sun will be placed here. So now let's first place the sun. So here sun will be placed. Okay, so there is a place of sun. Let us use maybe some different text color. So that it will be easy. So let's say sun is placed here. Right? Now, let us assume that child is born at the time of sunrise. Okay. So if the child is born at the time of sunrise in eastern direction, so this is the, let's say, this is the place where the child is born. Okay, and this entire thing is a zodiac. We are dividing this zodiac into 12 parts, right? So if the child is born at a time of sunrise, then this is going to be eastern direction, right? This is going to be the eastern direction. I'm going to erase this later on, but this is going to be the eastern direction. So now whichever rashi is in the eastern direction is going to be lagna of that person. Okay, so what we are saying is, okay, what we are saying is, whichever rashi is in eastern direction at the time of birth, it is lagna or ascendant of the person. Okay, this is what we are saying. So now, because if the child is born at a time of sunrise, then Mesha will become ascendant. So far, I think it is understood, right? So here, so now here we will let's move it here. Therefore, ascendant or lagna of the child is Mesha Rashi. Now let us mark this ascendant as one line. This is how it is drawn. Okay, so we will erase this now. This, whatever text we had drawn, right? This we will erase just to avoid confusion. We will erase this. Okay, so in this particular case, this will become the ascendant of the person. Okay, now let us say child is born. Okay, before we go into that 2R thing, let us first understand what is 2R all about. Okay, so let me go here. So we are first covering the rules, okay, and then we will see the example. So rule number 1 is, whichever Rashi is in eastern direction at time of birth, that is ascendant of the person. Okay. Now the rule number 2 is, so we have, instead of saying rule, let's understand the point. Okay. So we have 24 hours in a day. Correct. We have divided zodiac into 12 parts. So zodiac is divided into 12 parts, which means earth. So now we are talking about, first we talked about revolution of earth around sun. Now we are talking about rotation or revolution of earth around its own axis. Okay, so earth takes 24 hours to revolve around its own axis, right? So which means earth is going to traverse one part of the zodiac, which is nothing but one Rashi, in 2 hours, right? Why? Because 24 hours divided by 12 is 2 hours, correct? So it is going to finish one portion or one Rashi of zodiac in 2 hours. It is going to take 2 hours, right? Now, let us come back to this example. Let us first, okay. Now let us come back to this example. I will just move this somewhere here. So now here the child is born at a time of sunrise, correct? That's why it is Mesha Rashi. Now let us say child is born at sunrise plus 2 hours. Let's assume this. Child is born at sunrise plus 2 hours. So which means sun is going to move ahead in the sky because earth is rotating around its own axis, right? So sun is going to move ahead by 2 hours, which means sun is going to, so this entire zodiac is going to shift by 2 hours, right? So in eastern direction, now let's understand, at sunrise plus 2 hours, if we look at eastern direction, that eastern direction would have shifted because of the rotation of earth around its own axis. So So earlier we said this is the eastern direction, right? When the child is born at sunrise time. Now, if the child is born at sunrise plus 2 hours, then sun would have moved 2 hours up in the sky. So, which means Mesha Rashi also would have moved 2 hours up in the sky. So, the next Rashi would be Vrishabha Rashi. So, in sunrise plus 2 hours, if the child birth of the child is at sunrise plus 2 hours, then this will become, I think this we have drawn by, this we will delete. So, the ascendant, or in that case the if you look at the eastern direction, the rashi that will appear will be Vrishabha Rashi. Okay, so that will become ascendant of the native. So if we go back to pen, right? Yeah. So then this will become ascendant of the native. Okay. So if we now go back, let's write it here. Let us say child is born at sunrise plus 2 hours. So the Mesha Rashi will move up in the sky by 2 hours, and the Rashi in eastern direction would be Vrishabha Rashi. And we have said, right, whatever rashi is in the, whichever rashi, the first point, whichever rashi is in the eastern direction at the time of birth, that is lagna or ascendant of the person. So therefore lagna or ascendant of the native will be Vrishabha. Okay, likewise, let's say, let's shift it little here. So likewise, if child is born at sunrise plus 4 hours, then again it will shift by 2 more hours. So next Rashi would be Mithuna. So ascendant or Lagna of the child in that case will be Mithuna Rashi. And this will continue. Okay. So this is how Lagna or ascendant of the native is decided. Okay. So this is all for today. What I would request is you revise through it once again. And uh, in the next session, right, we will revise this quickly using some example birth time. Okay, so maybe we will open one app, and there we will shift the time of birth by 2 hours, and we will see how the ascendant or lagna is shifting. That also we will see. Another thing that we will see is this exactly same thing, how it is reflected in North Indian chart. That part also I'll cover in the next class. Okay, so at least conceptually, if you have understood what is, how to find lagna or ascendant of the native, that much you understand in today's class. And in next class we will revise this once again quickly, and we will see how it is reflected, or same thing is reflected in the North Indian chart. Okay, now it is only about representation difference between South Indian and North Indian chart. Okay.
और राशि कैसे डिटरमिन होता है?
राशि इज वेर एवर मून इज प्लेस्ड, जैसा मैंने समझाया। अभी यहाँ पे सन है ना, तो हमने देखा था इस एग्जाम्पल में मून वॉज इन कर्क राशि, इफ यू रिमेंबर, मून वॉज इन कर्क राशि, राइट, इन दिस एग्जाम्पल। सी हियर, मून इज इन कर्क राशि, सो विच इज नथिंग बट दैट इज योर राशि। तो मून यहाँ पे है, ये नंबर 3 है, तो ये नंबर 4 है, यहाँ पे कहीं पे तो मून है। एक्चुअली ये सन नहीं है, इधर हमने सन ऐसे ही बहुत सारी जगह पे लिया था ना, बट अदरवाइज यहाँ पे मून है, सन नहीं है, राइट। So then this is your karkara. Then the rashi of a person is moon, and ascendant or lagna of a person is mithun. So in this particular example, rashi, janma rashi or moon sign karka or cancer in this example, and ascendant or lagna of a person in this example is Mithuna or Gemini. Okay. So based on placement of moon, राशि will be decided, and यहाँ पे जो भी number आएगा, that will be your ascendant, that will be your first house. So for you it is unique, it is every 2 hours it changes, इसीलिए वो predictions में बहुत important रहता है. Let's say you are born at 8 am, now someone else is born at 10 am, तो आपका चार्ट ऐसे दिखेगा, यहाँ पे नंबर 3 दिखेगा, पर वो अलग दूसरे बंदे का जो चार्ट है उसमें यहाँ पे 4 दिखेगा, क्योंकि वो 2 आवर्स के बाद उसने जन्म लिया, उसके हिसाब से सारे प्रेडिक्शंस चेंज हो जाएंगे, एवरीथिंग विल चेंज. ओके, तो इसीलिए एसेंडेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. यहाँ पे क्या नंबर आता है ना, उसके हिसाब से अपने प्रेडिक्शंस चेंज होते हैं. Because as I told you, these are center houses, these are pillars, so this is defining your personality. तो आपके केस में यहाँ पे नंबर 3 आ गया ना, तो your personality will resemble the personality of Gemini or मिथुन राशि, that will come later. But the person who is born 2 hours later, यहाँ पे नंबर 4 आएगा ना, तो उसका पर्सनालिटी कर्क राशि जैसा हो जाएगा. It is okay.
हाँ हाँ या
ठीक है. Yeah, so that's all for today. Maybe
ये ना एक दो एग्जाम्पल करके कर लेंगे और जब हम मूव करते देखेंगे ना नंबर, आई थिंक हम बहुत अच्छे से रिलेट कर
Sure,
पाएंगे.
sure. We will do that. What
Be
I'll do
much
is I'll
easier.
have some app on laptop, and वो ऐप के थ्रू हम लोग बर्थ टाइम को शिफ्ट करेंगे और देखेंगे कि सारी चीजें शिफ्ट कैसे हो रही है, फिर समझ आएगा.
हम्म.
ठीक है, तो आज के लिए इतना
Okay.
हम ड्रॉप करते हैं. We will revise this quickly in the next class. When the next class is, whether it is coming Saturday or next to next Saturday, that I will let you know. And then we will continue on the next topic once revising on this topic with some example. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I hope you liked the class. Do share the feedback. बहुत बेसिक चीज है ये, जब तक समझ में नहीं आती तब तक आगे जाने का मतलब ही
हाँ.
नहीं. ये जरूरी है,
नहीं
बहुत
नहीं,
अच्छी
हाँ
से.
हाँ
क्या
हाँ
होगा ना, ये
हाँ
अगर फिट हो गई दिमाग में तो बाकी वो कंफ्यूजन हट जाएगा. देन यू गाइस विल बी एबल टू फोकस ऑन द नेक्स्ट स्टेप, राइट?
हाँ
Yeah.
श्योर, लेट्स
ये
डू
तो
दैट.
जैसे आप एकदम क्विकली करते हो ना, ये यहाँ 13 हो गया 14 हो गया, वैसा होना चाहिए हमारे माउथ पर भी.
अंडरस्टूड, अंडरस्टूड. ठीक है.
Okay.
नहीं, वैसे आप बहुत अच्छा समझा रही हैं. बोरिंग नहीं बिल्कुल हो रहा है, लग रहा है और आगे सीखे और
श्योर,
जाने क्या हो रहा है.
नाइस टू हियर. अगर ऐसा है तो बहुत अच्छा है.
फॉर मी अभी क्या लग रहा है ना, मतलब आई नो आपका फ्लो होगा वॉट एवर यू वुड हैव डिसाइडेड, बट मेरे दिमाग में इतने क्वेश्चंस आ जा रहे हैं ना पैरेलली दैट आई एम लाइक वेयर विल दैट कम, वेयर विल दैट कम, सो दैट थिंग इज हैपनिंग a lot. So I'm
अंडरस्टूड.
pretty sure that as the classes progress, things will come up and we'll
यस यस,
understand
दे
all.
विल कम अप, डोंट वरी.
Yeah.
वैसे अच्छा लगा. थैंक्स.
Overall, it was good
Yeah.
today's session.
Thank you. Thanks everyone. Thanks Rani.
Thank you, Meenal, so much.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks everyone. Bye.
Yeah.